Welcome to Restore Zion. I am Yohanan Salamanca and I have the privilege of being your teacher today. This is a new series that I have entitled Our Rabbi, His Teachings. Yeshua, Jesus, did not come to abolish the law of his Father, but he came to fulfill. In his own words, in Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, he says, do not dare to think that I came to abolish the law or the prophets, but I came to fulfill. Those terms were very important back in Jesus' days. Both abolish and fulfill were terms that were used both to disobey the Torah or to obey the Torah. In the last program, we were learning that Yeshua, Jesus, was a Jewish rabbi. He taught as a Jewish rabbi. He was the greatest teacher of all times. And he never gave a new teaching apart from the Torah. Actually, he came to properly interpret and obey the Torah of God. We were learning that the Sermon on the Mount, this famous passage in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7, is about the Torah. Yeshua, in those 3 chapters, sums up all the Torah and the prophets. Number 1, Yeshua, as a Jewish rabbi, was teaching halakha to his disciples. Halakha is a Hebrew term, a Jewish term that means path or way. In Judaism, halakha is the legal way of applying or obeying the Torah, to live out the Torah. So Yeshua, as a rabbi, was teaching halakha, the way his disciples were to live, to apply, and to obey the Torah. Also, we were learning that abolishing, which is vatel in Hebrew, means to disobey the Torah. Also, we learn about fulfill or fulfilling, which in Hebrew is kiyem. We were learning that in the last program, means to obey, to apply the word of the Father. Today, we are going to learn another important aspect of the Hebrew teaching of our Master, Yeshua. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 18 and 19, Yeshua said the following, For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Yeshua is talking about jots and tittles. Let me tell you that if you don't understand this from a Jewish or Hebrew perspective, you will miss a great deal of information. There is no English version that has the jots and the tittles that Yeshua was talking about. Yeshua was preaching and teaching in Hebrew and sometimes in Aramaic. Remember that back in those days, both Hebrew and Aramaic were used. Hebrew was the holy tongue. Hebrew was used in the temple, in the prayers. It was the tongue and the language of the Scripture. Aramaic was used as a common language, as an everyday language. But both of them were used back then. So when we read that Yeshua was talking that no one jot or tittle would pass from the law, he was talking about the Hebrew Scriptures. And he was talking about the special forms and characters that we find only in the Hebrew language, in the Hebrew Scriptures. As I said before, there is no one version or translation in English nor in Spanish that has the jots and tittles that Yeshua was talking about. So again, we prove that Yeshua was a Jewish rabbi and he was teaching right from the Torah of Moses. Let me show you a picture of these jots and tittles that Yeshua was talking about. On your screen, you have some of the Hebrew letters. And as you can see, they have special forms, shapes. Some of them have like 3 legs on top. Some people call them crowns. Well, those are some of the tittles and jots. Actually, Yeshua was talking about the smallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet, letter Yud. But you can see how these letters are very special in their form. And only you can see these in Hebrew, not in English, nor in Spanish, but only in Hebrew. So Yeshua was talking about these special forms, about these special crowns on top of some of the letters.
If you enjoyed this clip, please feel free to check out the full version in the link located in the description panel below. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. As always, help yourself to the diverse array of teachings located on this YouTube channel or on our website at glc.us.com.